Good morning, everyone. So in the last class, we introduced our new concept called packages here. So using the packages, what are the advantages we are going to get? So today we are going to discuss here. So in the last class, we had a simple example on this particular packages here. So basically, what are the advantages we are going to get? The advantage here, packages can contain the similar type of classes. So that we identified in the last class. So we can create multiple classes with the same name. So based on the package name, so we can make the classes of similar name. So that is a simple example. The constant here, the same constant here already defined in the default package. So something called here. Getting the point. So because this is the one advantage we are going to get when we are going to work with the packages here. So we can eliminate the same class name information. So if you are going to get any error, so using this particular name of the package name, we can create here. And so along with this, it's going to categorize so built-in packages and the user-defined packages. So built-in packages is nothing but some of the packages are already provided by the Java, and this package is not provided by the Java. So this is the user-defined packages. Getting the point. So we'll see what exactly like Java is provided. What are the exactly the packages we will see. Getting the point. Now, so basically the advantage we identified. Now here the advantage is the classes and interfaces can be categorized here. So based on the package name, the particular classes and interfaces are going to categorize. So we can easily recognize this class is resides in the which package. And based on the package name also we can identify so what is the purpose of this class also. Based on the naming convention, whatever we are going to specify here, we can easily recognize. So this class is related to what exactly this class is going to perform. Getting the point. And along with this particular packages, so we are going to have the access protection here. So that is I explained in the last class. Using the access modifiers, we are going to make some protection here. Getting the point. So these are the advantages we are going to get when we are discussing with the packages here. And now, so we'll try to focus on the simple example how exactly the package is going to work here. Getting the point. So to work on this particular packages, so who is unmuted? Can you please mute yourself? Okay. So to work on this particular packages, so I'm requesting all the people are unmuted. Sure. Please, I'm requesting everyone make your mute. Okay. So back to here. Now, what I can do, so we'll try to check with the packages information here. So that we can easily understand how exactly this particular packages are going to work. And here, so we'll try to check with the one table here. So this table contains, first one is private, and second one is okay. So if you observe carefully, now what I'm going to do, so here I want to make something. Here it is a same package, or we can call it as a same class. right? And now same package subclass. So this is pointing as a SPS. So same package subclass. And after this, same like same package non-subclass. Same package non-subclass. And we'll see how exactly it's going to work. And different package subclass. The last one here, different package non-subclass. So this is very important here. How exactly this access modifier will work here. So same class. The first one we are calling as a same class, same package subclass, same package non-subclass, and different package subclass, different package non-subclass. Getting the point. So these are the packages related information. So we are going to discuss how exactly this private will work here, and default will work here, and later this particular protected will work, and the final one public here. So in the same class, the private can access here. Getting the point. So default also we can access, protected also we can access, public also we can access. And back to here, same package subclass. So simple example, now we are in the same package constraint A, and whenever I'm trying to extend this particular constraint A to constraint B, so can we access the private variables here? So the private access modifier information we cannot access anywhere. We cannot access anywhere. But using this particular default, we can access. Using this particular default, we can access. The protected also we can access here. And the public is always we can access here. Getting the point. So back to here, when we are working with the same package non-subclasses. So in the same package, we are creating one more class. The class is not going to extend it to any other class. Getting the point. So that is we are going to call as a same package non-class. So this is very important here. This class does not contain any relation. So this class is resides in the same package, but there is no relation between the other classes which are resides in the same package. Getting the point. So even though the private cannot be accessed here, right? This particular default we can access because default can access within the same package. So how many classes we are going to create in the same package? We can access all the classes, right? And the protected also we can access. The private also we can access. And so this is the different package subclass. Different package subclass. Different package subclass, the default will not work here. The default will not work here. So we'll see what exactly the different package subclass. Getting the point. Now back to here. So protected. The protected can access here. So see the difference here. So how exactly the protected is working here, and along with this public, right? And the last one here, it is a different package non-subclass here. So the class is resides in the different package, but there is no relation here, and the default will not work here. So as well as the protected also will not work here. Getting the point. The protected also will not work. Only the final option we are having, that is called private here. So make sure this diagram is very important here. How we are going to access the same class and the same package subclass and the same package non-subclass. So different package subclass, different package non-subclass. So these are the different ways we are going to create the particular access modifier here. But we'll try to check how exactly these classes are going to work here. Getting the point. Okay, back to here. Any questions regarding this particular diagram? Okay, so we'll keep as it is this particular diagram as. So we'll try to create a classes information here. Right. So I want to create the same classes which we used in the earlier. So something called constructor A, and I'm going to create one more class here, constructor B. So the class also resides in the same package. And here, what I am doing here, I'm trying to extend from the constructor here. So this is a constructor here, and so inside this particular constructor here, what we are going to do, we'll try to define the so all the access modifiers here. Int n is equals to 1. So this is a default one. N underscore private is equals to 2. Protected n underscore protected is equals to 3. And public n underscore 4. So these are the variables which we are trying to use in our current example. Okay. So back to here, what happened is the private we are getting some. Okay. It is not used as expecting. So we'll see. Inside this particular default constructor, what exactly we are going to do here? Base constructor. So after base constructor, what I'm trying to do here, I want to specify all the variable information here, something called n value plus n. So plus n is nothing but so default one. And the second one I'm creating n underscore pri. And n underscore protected. And the last one here, n underscore public here. So these are the constructor. Inside the constructor I am trying to use here. So you can observe here how I am trying to define this section here. How I am trying to define this section. Right. So I am trying to provide the each variable value here. Okay, let me save this particular class and we'll go for the constructor B. Now already we extended from the constructor A. Getting the point. Same thing I'm going to access here. I'm not defining any variable here. So directly I'm going to access the variable which are available in the base class. Okay, what I will do, I will copy this all the information here. I will copy this all the information here. Okay, let me save this. Now, if you observe here, so same class. So we'll back to here. So this particular same class we'll check first now. So in the same class, we are able to access the private here. Right. In the same package subclass. Same package subclass here, whenever we are trying to work here, the private we are giving an error here. You can check here the private related error we are getting here. The private related error we are getting here. So now we are expecting this. The private cannot be used in the subclass. Getting the point. So what about this particular default here? And all we can use except this particular line number 8. So we are not getting any other errors here. We are not getting any other errors here. Getting the point. So now observe what I am going to do. What I am going to do, I am going to use other information here. I am going to use other information here. So carefully observe how exactly I am going to use. So this is as of now we discuss here same class as well as the same package subclass. So we'll try to check here this particular section how exactly we can work here. How exactly we can work here. That is called same package non-subclass. Same package non-subclass is nothing but, so there is no relation like this. Extends keyword we are not going to use. Getting the point. So we'll observe how we can create the non-subclass here. Again I'm trying to create here inside the same package one class I'm creating. Non-subclass. Getting the point. So non-subclass, inside this particular non-subclass, what I want to do, I want to create a constructor here. So inside this particular constructor, what exactly I am going to do? So there is no relation between this particular constructor A as well as non-subclass. Getting the point. So how we can work here? How we can work here? So if you observe carefully, so whenever we does not have any relation, what we can do? We'll create an object of this particular class here. To create a class, what we can do? Constructor here, something called con is equals to getting the point. So this is the way we can create an object. So once we create an object here, now I want to specify the messages here. So what message I am going to add? Simple same package constructor. So this is the same package constructor here. Getting the point. After same package constructor, now I am trying to access the variable which are resides in the constructor here. The simple variable here, con dot. So this is the n is the default one. We don't have any problem to access this particular default one. And so we'll check other one, con dot. So this is the protected one. The protected one also we don't have any problem here. So we are able to access happily. Right. And the another one, con dot public here. If you observe, all the three variables we are able to access. So if I am trying to access explicitly con dot pri, so we'll go for the constructor, the variable called n underscore pri. Same thing I will try to make here, n underscore pri. So still we are getting an error. You can see the line number 10. So the field constructor a dot n underscore pri, it is not visible. Getting the point. So this is a still, even though whenever we are working in the same package, the private access modifier cannot be used. And other than this, happily we are able to access the remaining information. So any error we are getting excepted this particular private here. So we are not going to get any error here. Happily we are able to access here. Up to this, we don't have any objection to work on these three access modifier. Default one, protected, and public here. Getting the point. So we'll try to check here based on this particular this particular two sections. We are going to have more errors here. Okay, now we'll go for the remaining two sections here. The remaining two sections here. Okay. To work on this, because we need to create a different package here. We need to create a different package. So how I am going to create here? To observe inside this, I am going to create a one package here. The package called com dot so you can observe com dot java technology dot pack. I'm going to create one more package here. So you can check here. So in the left side section, you are able to find. So this is the name of the package. So inside the package, now I'm going to create a one class here. One class here. So same class I'm going to use here something called construct here. So construct A I'm going to create. So this particular construct A, as of now, we created in the three locations here. So this is the this is the second location which resides in the com.java technology package, and one we created, the first one we created in the default package, and the third one we are creating inside this particular Java com.java technology.stack package. So this is the different package. Carefully observe here. So if you are able to see, we are having two packages section. At left side, you can easily understand the packages section here. Okay. So back to here. Now what I am doing here, I am trying to extend this part. So I am making the extend keyboard here. So extend keyword I am going to use. Using this particular extend keyword, what I am going to do, I will try to use the class name here, something called construct A. So this particular constructor A, which is resides in the com.java technology. Getting the point. So this is a different package. Observe carefully. Now how I am using this particular package name, I'm trying to use this particular class. So we are having two options here. Here you can work like this. Here you can work like this, or else you can go for the import here. So I want to specify here. I want to specify like this. Okay. Let me save all the classes first. Basically, so using this particular import also, we can import the particular class section, and otherwise we can specify the fully package name. So this is we are going to call as a fully package name. So we'll see this particular import section later, but observe. So we are having the two options to import the particular class, or we can go for the fully packaged name. So now observe. So this the class also having the same name, that is you can treat as a constructor A, and we are extending from the one more constructor A, which is resides in the com.java technology package. Now observe. What I am doing here, I am trying to create a constructor. So inside this particular default constructor, what exactly I'm trying to do. So whenever I'm creating the particular subclass here, what we can do, so directly we can access the information which resides in the particular constructor variables. So observe carefully. So instead of specifying this, now what I can do, I will copy this all the sections here and I'm going to paste it here. So as of now, we don't have any error regarding this particular class. So carefully observe. Whenever I am going to add, how many errors we are getting here? You can see the 7 and 8 line numbers we are getting an error here. So why we are getting these particular two errors? So first one, private. The 8 line number we are getting private. So that we already identified. We cannot use. So you can see how many checkbox we are having here. So how many checkbox we are having here? The first one we are able to find something called private, and the second one we are able to see something called default. So default one we don't have any access modifier. You can check here the line number 7. There is no n underscore. So here we define this is the n value. It's treating as a default access modifier. So we'll go for the same class here. You can check here the particular n we are trying to access here. Getting the point. So this is a way we can able to restrict some of the access modifier using packages here. Getting the point. So now we'll check the last one here. So we'll try to focus on this particular last one, how exactly it's going to work here. So at this time we need to get 3 errors. At this time we need to get 3 errors. So I'm going to back to create one more class here. In the same different package, I'm going to create one more class here, something called constructor B. Getting the point. So constructor B, I'm trying to create here. Inside this particular constructor B, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to work with the constructor, the default constructor I'm going to use here. Inside this particular default constructor, what we can do, inside this particular default constructor, we'll try to create an object of which class we'll try to create this particular constructor A, which is resides in the com.java technology. Getting the point. So now you can able to see two classes we are getting here. We are getting two classes section here. Constructor A is coming from the com.java technology pack. One more we are getting from the com.java technology. We are going to use this and you can able to see import statement. Getting the point. So if you are not interested to use the import, we can add the fully packaged name like this here. Getting the point. And the com okay. Now I created the constructor information. Later I will try to copy these 3 informations here. I will try to copy these 3 information. So now we can observe. Now we can observe how many errors we are getting here. So you can see the left side section. We are finding 3 errors. So we'll check here. This is the default access modifier, and you can see the line number 10. So we are getting for the protected, and the line number 12 we are getting that is called private here. That is called private access modifier. So the same what we are expecting here, the same we are getting or not. So in the 3 location we cannot use. So these 3 cannot be used here. The 3 related exceptions, the errors we are finding in the particular current example here. Only we are having an option to execute that is called public here. So the public here, the line number 11, we are not getting any errors here. So these are about the access modifier we are going to use in this different packages subclass or different packages non-subclass here. So if you carefully observe, I'm going, okay, before going to explain more, so can I clear this particular table here? Any questions regarding this table? Can you please message me? Okay, so good. Now, let me clear this particular. Okay, back to here. What I want to explain here. So we'll try to check here the particular class. So inside the constructor B, we are getting only one, that is called private. That is we already identified. Private modifiers cannot be accessed outside of the class. So this is one case we cannot access, even though we are trying to extend from the constructor A, we cannot access. So this is going to restrict the inheritance concept here. Okay, now if you observe the second one here, so even though we are trying to use the same class which is resides in the same package, so we are unable to access the particular private variable here. So except to this particular private variable, we can access the default one as well as protected. The public we can access anywhere. Now back to this particular constructor. Now you can see this particular constructor having, we created the one more package here, and inside the one more package, what I'm trying to do, whenever we are trying to extend the constructor A, which is resides in the package called com.java technology. So here we are getting two errors. First one is the default access modifier we cannot access because of the default access modifier can be accessed only within the same package. So wherever we are using, we have to be using the same package only. If we are using the different package, we are going to get an error here. So that is the line number 7 treating as a default, and the line number 8 we already identified the private here. The private cannot be used at all. And the final one here, so this particular constructor class which is resides in the com.java technology package, there is no relation between the constructor B as well as constructor A. So what we are doing is simply we are creating the constructor A class. We are trying to access the information here. We are trying to access the information. Basically, the default one we cannot access here, and the protected also we cannot access here. There is no relation between these two classes, and now we are in the different packages here. So constructor we having in the package called com.java technology pack, and this particular constructor is available in the package called com.java technology. So because of this particular difference, we are unable to access the even protected variable also. Only we are having an option called access the public. So this is the way we can make some of the restriction of this particular access using this particular access modifiers here. Okay, now we understand how exactly we can work with this particular access modifiers in the packages here. Now, what I will do, I will go for the interfaces concept here. In the yesterday class, we checked the abstract class here, and now I'm going to work with interfaces here. So to work on this particular interface, what exactly we are going to do? Basically, we are going to use the one keyword here, something called interface. So how we identified abstract keyword in the last class, same way we are going to find one more keyword that is called interface here. So using this particular interface keyword, what exactly, so this is the keyword we are going to work here, and we'll see how exactly the interface keyword will work. Basically, whenever we are making this particular keyword here, all the whatever the information we are going to pass inside this particular interface, like a methods, so those are fully abstracted here. Those are fully abstracted here. Getting the point. And so how we can get the particular implementation, because we identified once a particular method is abstract, so the class we made as a abstract here. And once we made the particular class as abstract, we cannot create an object of the particular class. And what we are doing is, we are trying to extend the particular abstract class, and we are going to override the abstract method, and the extended class we are going to create an object, and we are able to access the override method information. So that is we done in the yesterday class. Fine. But here, what I'm trying to explain, when we are discussing with the interfaces are fully abstracted here. So even if you are not specifying any keyword as an abstract keyword also, the information all be abstracted here. Now what exactly we need to do? When the method is abstracted, we need to implement the particular method to access the method. The same step we have been implemented in the last class. Getting the point? And basically, these particular interfaces are syntactically similar to the classes, but only the information here in and the methods so declare without any here. So whatever the variables and the methods, we are going to define the interface that does not contain any body. But even in the abstract classes, we are able to create the normal methods. So those information we cannot create inside this particular interface here. Getting the point? And whenever this particular interface is implemented, so we are going to override all the information here. And basically, these particular interfaces are designed to be handled to support the dynamic method resolution. So dynamic method resolution is nothing but, so whenever we are trying to implement this particular interface, so what we are going to do, we are going to implement the particular method here. We'll see how we can work here. Okay, now what I want to do, okay. So we'll go for this particular package here, com.java technology, and I'm going to create interface here. You can see we are able to see one icon here, interface. Using this particular interface icon, we will create name of the interface. So I'm creating callback. Callback is one interface I'm creating here. So you can able to see instead of class, we are finding the keyword call interface here. And after creating this, what exactly we are going to do, something called callback, something called, I'm going to specify into parallel. So does not contain any method body. So by default it is a abstract here. But what exactly we are going to do here? What we are going to do? Now observe carefully. So inside the same package, I'm going to work with this particular callback IMPL. So as of now, we discussed the keyword call extend. But now, which keyword I'm discussing here? Something called implement here. And implement from the which interface here? That is called callback. So whenever you're adding this particular implement keyword, this class giving an error here. So we'll see what error we are getting here. Observe here, callback must be implement the inherited abstract method callback dot callback. Callback dot callback. Getting the point. So, or we are able to have the two options here. We can add the unimplement method, or we can make this particular class as a abstract here. Getting the point. But here, what exactly we are going to do? We try to implement the particular method here. So something called callback here. Getting the point. So using this particular way, we are going to achieve the dynamic method resolution here. Dynamic method resolution is the same. So whenever we are trying to implement this particular callback method, what exactly we are going to do? We are going to override the method. We are not overriding the method, so we are going to get an error. So either we need to make abstract, or we can make implement this particular the method which is resides in the package call, so which is resides in the interface, not package. Getting the point. So after this, what I can do? After this, what I can do? So we'll try to create simply I want to print something out here. Method is called with pair with some value. The method is called here, and I'm going to create a main method here. So inside the main method, now what we can do, we try to create a object here. We try to create an object here, and so before creating an object, I want to create a one more method. Non-interface method. So this is the something called non-interface method. So this is a specific method to this particular class. So which class here? Something called callback IMPL. And okay, I will explain. Just give me a few minutes of time. Basically, so what I want to do here. So this is simple understand the current example. This is the non method we are going to create for the particular class, something called callback IMPL, and I want to define some message. Mm, special method in particular callback IMPL class. Right. Now let me save all the classes. What exactly I'm doing here? I'm going to create the object of this particular class here, and I'm using interface reference new. Can I create like this? So callback. Basically, whenever we are trying to create like this, so we are going to get an error. We are going to get an error. So what is the error we are getting here? Cannot be instantiate of this particular interface here. Basically, we cannot create an object of this particular interface. Why we cannot create an object of this particular interface? Nothing but, so whatever the methods are available, so those does not contain any method body. So just we are going to declare the methods here. Getting the point. Now, so what we can do? So if we want to access the particular method information, so we have to be implement like this, and once we implement it, then only we are able to call the particular method. So now what I can do, the first point, the particular interface does not contain any constructor also. Getting the point, the particular class does not contain any constructor. Okay, now what we can do, callback IMPL. I'm creating an object using this particular class. So which class is implemented, we are going to create an object, and using back dot callback and something called 123 I want to specify here. And if I'm going to run this example, so you can see the callback method is called with some parameter called 123. Getting the point. The same thing, one more I want to share here, callback dot. So we are not able to find this particular method called non-interface method. Non-interface method. If I'm going to call this method, we are getting an error here. So it's giving an option to create a method in a particular type called callback. So where exactly it's going to create? in the particular interface, not in the implementation class. So what I want to explain here, using this particular interface reference, we can only access, so what are the interface related informations are available only. So if I am going to change, observe carefully, if I am going to change, so the error is gone. The error is gone. So see, we'll try to run the same example here. Observe, the two methods which are executing here. Getting the point. So this is the way we can access. Basically, what we can do, in the particular interface, we are going to define the methods. So those defined, we are going to implement in the specific classes here. But if you carefully observe, so imagine this particular callback is implemented around 5 implementation classes. Here. So if you carefully observe, the 5 implementation classes having own implementation logic here. So there is no common logic here. So all contains the unique information here. So if you want to access here, what exactly we are going to do? We'll create a implementation class and we'll override the particular method which is available in the callback interface, and we'll create an object and we are going to call the callback method. Getting the point? So just we are defining the method for our requirement, the specific requirement we are going to implement like this. So in the real-time applications also, we are going to implement the same methods in the multiple locations here. Getting the point? So this is the advantage we are going to get when we are working with this particular abstract method here. But now, this particular implement is going to have more than one implementation class here. The same interface is going to implement it in a multiple classes here. But the class does not have an option to extend like this. So we are having some of the drawbacks with the abstract classes here. Getting the point. So this is the one advantage we are going to get here. And one more. Let me clear this particular screen. So basically, in the particular abstract class, we are able to create a normal methods, but those information we are unable to create in the particular interface here. So those information we are unable to create in information. So directly we need to specify. So directly we can specify the declaration of the methods. So this is the difference between abstract class and interface here. So basically, what I want to explain, someone asking the question here. So either the abstract class if we are using, we are going to work with the implementation class only. So why we need to go for the separately interfaces here? So we are going to have some of the drawbacks when we are going for the abstract class here. Getting the point. So the drawbacks here, so see the difference between these particular interfaces and abstract class. Interfaces, whatever the method we are going to define, all are having abstract. First one, we cannot create any normal methods. And interface cannot contain any constructors here. So we'll check here in the constructor class where we are used in the initially abstract class. Okay. So if you observe carefully, this is our abstract class here, something called abstract class here. We provided one method called abstract void call me, and this is a normal method. If I'm going to copy the same thing into this particular callback, So we'll see they are getting an error here. They're getting an error here. So it's going to give an option. Abstract method does not specify a body. Getting the point. So this is the one more difference we are going to get here. And now if I'm going to have the abstract class have the constructor. But here if I'm going to create inside this particular callback. So if I'm going to create this particular constructor of, let me make public. So see, interface does not have a constructor. Getting the point. So we cannot create the normal method and we cannot create the constructor here. Only whatever the information we are going to specify the interface, all the methods are having abstract by default, and we don't want to specify the method body. Getting the point. So these two information we are finding here, but one more advantage here using this particular interface. One more advantage here, this particular interface can be extended into the multiple classes. Something we extended callback IMPS, and if I'm going to extend is nothing but whenever we are working with a class interface reference, we will work with the implementation keyword here. Implementation keyword here. So let me make a callback IMPL2. Callback IMPL2 and implement callback. So see, happily we are able to implement this particular interface. So this is the one advantage we are going to get, but this kind of advantage we are not going to get from the abstract class here. So this is the difference between abstract class and interfaces here. Getting the point. So this is also very important here, and along with this we can work with nested interfaces also. Nested interfaces here. So how exactly we are going to provide this particular interfaces here, and whenever that we already identified, if you are not interested to make this particular override method, we can make this particular class as a abstract here. So see, we can make like this. We can make like this. Getting the point. So these are the ways we can create some interface or something called inheritance related example here. So that exactly how we can work with abstract class as well as the particular interface here. And we'll see how exactly the nested interfaces can create here. Getting the point. So to work on this particular nested interface, what we can do here? Okay. To work on this, what I want to do, so inside one class, okay, we'll create one more class here. So something to I want to create something called nested class. Inside this particular nested class, what I want to do, so public interface IF is nothing but nested interface. Inside this particular nested interface, I'm having boolean value observe here nested if. One more interface I'm creating inside the class reference, inside the class. So what exactly I'm doing here? The interface having one method called is not negative. is not negative. So if I'm going to save this particular class, whenever we are trying to extend this particular one more class here, something called nested class B, what exactly I'm going to do here? So directly we'll try to implement the particular method here. So to work on this particular method, sorry, the interface here, we cannot get the nested interface here. So if you observe carefully, if the nested interface is coming from the, so see this particular import here. This is the package, up to this is the class. Inside the class we are having the interface here. What is the interface we are having? Something called nested if. If is nothing but nested interface here. And happily we can implement this particular method. What we can do, so we'll try to check this particular x less than 0, some boolean value. Right. Now we created this particular nested class B, and we want to call this particular object of is not negative. Right. So what we can do, I want to basically, so nested class B I'm creating here, and is equals to, so using class B dot any wrong we specified. What happened? Why the variable changed here? Something called CLS. Okay. Sorry, I did not created the main method. Okay, inside this particular main method, so we can able to call is not negative, some value I want to pass. Getting the point. So this is the way we can create the object and we can call. But whenever, okay, so we'll make a this out. So whether it is returning true or all false, we can able to see on the console here. True is returning. True is returning. So I don't want to use this particular class as a reference here. I want to make interface reference. So to use this particular interface reference, what we can do? First we need to specify like this. We need to specify like this here. Basically, inside this particular class only, the nested interface will have. Getting the point. Again, if I'm going to call the same method, we'll see we are able to get same true values here. So one day we'll have one class regarding this particular nested classes and nested interface, how exactly we can discuss on more. So just for understanding how I'm creating here, getting the point. So we'll try to focus on the more example on this particular interface example, and later we'll try to check with exception handling here. Okay, so the remaining concept we are going to discuss in the tomorrow class. So any questions regarding the interfaces and the packages here? If we don't have any queries, we can conclude the today class and we try to continue tomorrow. So the remaining concepts.